Well, happy days, my fantastic artistic friends. Welcome back to Painting with Master Temple. I've got a round canvas up here, and it is it's double primed. It's I love these round canvases, especially for seascapes, and that's what we're going to do today. A nice little seascape. At the very beginning of the channel, I did one which was painted black, and we did a nice lighthouse. So we're going to do something very similar. Minus the lighthouse, I think, but we'll enjoy this. Now up on here, we've coated it in a very thin layer of liquid white, so we can blend the colour up there and it become lighter the more we blend. Okay, so let's get a nice little dry brush. I've got my flat cap on again because my hair's a little bit messy. Okay, so just above about there, we're going to go into some Indian yellow, and we're just going to just winch this out. Winch, is that a word? Feather that out. Indian yellow, such a beautiful colour. Beautiful colour. There we go. We've got a nice egg. It's such a beautiful yellow. Right, straight into some. I'm gonna hit some magenta. Just a tiny bit of magenta. I haven't cleaned the brush, and I'm just gonna take that, and because we've got a tiny bit of magenta on there, it turns it into an almost yellowy ochre colour. There, just feather that round. Okay, now strengthen that magenta off, so add a little bit more all the way around there, just like that, and bring it down. There we go. Right, I'm going to set that brush to it. In fact, I'm going to wash the brush in odorless paint thinner, as we always do. Shake off the excess and knock it against the leg of the easel, and then just for good measure you can draw it across a nice clean paper towel. Right, let's go into some pure magenta now. It's got none of the yellows in there. Look at that, what a beautiful colour that is. We'll get that round there. Such a colourful scene. I'll just take that off. I love colourful canvases, really do. Really love it. Okay, here we go. I think a little fly there on the canvas. But there we go. How are we all keeping anyway? I hope we're all doing fantastic. Okay, I hope you're smashing that subscribe button as well. We're doing great. We're doing great. And if you get through to the end of the video, or if you want to do it now, press the like button as well. Really does mean a difference to the channel if you do that for me. Right up in this top corner, let's grab a little bit of blue. So this is phthalo blue, so pull it out nice and flat, tap your brush into there, and then up there we'll just put some blue, just there like that. Okay, now then, let me set that brush down to one side. Now I'm going to make sure it's big and dry, nothing on it, no paint, no thinners, and I'm just going to start here, and I'm just going to blend all this out. Where these big brushes really do pay dividends, because you can get a lot done in a relatively short space of time. And if you haven't got much time, that's when it works for you. And there we go. Now you don't want to take this dirty colour, this darker colour, into your yellow. Okay, I'm going to put some sea down here, I think, as well. Right, so just work on this, blending it all, smoothing it out, so we can't tell where one colour stops and the other colour starts. And of course, that's all possible because we've got the liquid white on there. If this was just a plain dry canvas, well, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't look like this. I think Bob Ross used to say, you'd be in Agony City. Right, so there we go. So we've got a nice little coloured sky there. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Looks lovely. Right, set that down. In fact, I'm going to swill that big brush off. Again, odorless paint thinner. Shake off the excess paint. Whoop. And just give it a good rattle. Okay, now let's get a fan brush. Little tiny fan brush. This is number 3. 2 or 3. Okay, I'm going to take some phthalo blue, a alizarin crimson, bit of magenta. Just mix them together on the brush. Okay, and then we're going to put some clouds in here, so just swirl them in like that. Okay, maybe a bit more magenta and crimson. Just swirl them in like so. Feather them off to nothing. We'll put another one there. Wherever we think these clouds would live. And just feather that off like so. Possibly one on the other side as well. Why not? Why not? So just swirl this in. In fact, I see something. Before we carry on, make sure I've got a clean finger. We always have to have a clean finger, you know. Now, not bang on in the centre. I'm just going to put a nice little sun. So, just there. If it was in the dead centre, it could distort the eye. So, just put the indication of a nice little sun. Just there. Maybe a bit more white. Just there. Like so. If you're going to build up a paint, which we have, just take a clean, dry palette knife and then just zip it off. Come back up here with a nice clean brush. Just grab this, any brush will do, and then just faintly go over there, like that. And we've got the indication of a nice little sunset or sunrise. I don't know. Anyway, back to the cloud making machine. Right. Take it down. I love these colourful canvases. They really do brighten up your day, make you feel good inside. Maybe some stringy kind of clouds like this, so far away, just like that. Maybe another one up there. Don't know where they're gonna be, and we don't really care. There, like so. Okay, set that brush down. Now again, clean, big, dry brush. Okay, now with these clouds, these wispy kind of clouds, just going to go straight across these. Just straight across like that. Set them into the painting. Okay, with the bigger clouds, so again, just knock off any excess paint you've got. With the bigger clouds, I'm just going to turn, so the only top part of the palette brush is turning. The top parts of the bristles are turning. If that makes sense. Let's get a sneakier brush. Too big, too big, too big. I seem to run out of brushes quite quickly here. Right, what's on this one? In fact, we'll use this. That's what I'm looking for, that one. Get in there. Get in there. And just turn the base of these clouds. And then same on this one. Just blend this into the sky. There, like so. And then same on this one as well. Just really churn that up. I can hear the birds singing. Come across there like that. We don't want to distort the top corner, the top edge. We just want to blend the base of this into the sky. There, like that. Right. And then just knock off the excess. Now we're just going to lift these up ever so slightly, fluff them up, just like that. And then just gently set them into the painting. How does that look so far? Looks kind of neat, doesn't it? There we go. There we go. Whoop. There. There. Right. Now, I think that's all we're going to do for the sky. You can put highlights on them if you so wish, but I think we're going to leave it kind of silhouetted. Okay. So just wash that little blending brush off. Set him back down. Okay, so we need to paint some water, I suppose. So let's pick up Prussian blue, magenta. I'll have magenta in this again. Okay, and we'll start off. I think we'll have it. Now, masking tape's kind of good to keep a straight line, but we've failed to do that today. So somewhere about like that, if it's straight, that'll do for us. That'll do for us. Okay, a bit more colour, a bit more of the colour. Okay, like that, all the way across. There. Nice violet colour. It's probably about 6:30 in an evening, and it's just about dark where we are. And the birds are probably roosting in one of those big trees I have. Okay, so there we go. Nice little sea. Right, clean that brush off again. And what we'll do, we'll put some sand, I think, down in this part. So again, wash and dry the brush. I'm going to take some Van Dyke brown and burnt sienna, and we're just gonna where do we go with it? There. Why not? Why not? We'll just fill this in, and we'll just join these two together like that. There we go, like so. So now we've got a nice horizon line, and we've got a bit of a sea as well. Okay, set the brush down. Let's clean this brush off now. We don't need that dark colour anymore, so I'll scrub the fan brush. I have a screen in the bottom of the paint can, the paint cleaning can, which made out of stainless steel, and it sort of like agitates the bristles and gets rid of all the material, the paint material. Okay, right, so I'm going to take some white paint, pure titanium white paint, and I'm going to, don't know if you could hear that bird. Right, just going to thin it down, and we're going to work on possibly here. And that's where his wave's going to be. Just there, like that. Okay, and we could have some more in the background. Just anywhere where we want them. There, like so. Okay, let's take a little tiny, we'll use this brush. Okay, so I'm going to take some white and some cad yellow, mix them together, and in here, this is where the eye of the wave is. So we're just going to push some of this yellow and white paint, and of course it'll pick up some of that dark colour, but it's inevitable that'll happen. Okay, clean the brush. Let's add some more yellow and white. There we go, and just start to blend that backwards. Now I'm using little tiny tight circular strokes, and I'm doing this, really push it into the fabric of the canvas. I don't know why, but round canvases really do look the business with seascapes, they really do. One more time, a bit more yellow in that. I'll just add that in there, like so. Of course, maybe a bit over here. You might not see that, but then again you might. Okay. There, right, swirl that brush off one more time. Let's get back to this blending brush, and then just really smooth this out, really smooth it together, and then work out all the way along. And then let's start thinking about how a wave would form. So it's going to come up and over like so. So we'll go like this. Okay, like that. Maybe a bit on this side. There. Right, yeah, wash that off. And if nothing, we're going to be experts at brush washing. And dry that off. Okay, now then, let's work on the wave itself. So, white paint. Titanium white paint. I've added a little tiny bit of liquid white to that. Okay, just to thin it down somewhat. And we're going to come over the top here. So up and crash over. Like that. And it crashes over. Spills over. There. We make it a bit more brighter so we can see it. There, like so. I love seascapes. There. And just gently bring that together like so. We've got that white paint on. We might paint some foamy things up there. Just at the top. Okay. Now, maybe a bit more on there like that. And where we've got it, might as well just tap here and there into the background, and then we can take another brush and just bring all that together. Just blend that into the sea. We'll sparkle some of this up with a palette knife, so I just wanted to change the flavour of the sea. Right, let's work on a bit of shadow. Okay, so I'm just going to swirl that off again. We'll just use that same colour, magenta. And the shadow of the foamy splashes, we're just going to add there. So just push that up. Push that up. Maybe it comes round like so, like that. There, like that. And then just work on the wave. Work on the wave, nice and straightforward. There, like that. Okay, again, swirl that brush off. Dry the brush. Grab some white paint. This is titanium white and a bit, tiny touch of thin white paint. And I'm just going to hit the corner with this. I want it to be really bright white. So you might have to keep wiping the paintbrush. And up we come. Just add some splashes, some crashes. Maybe it breaks the horizon. I like it when it breaks the horizon, you know. Just like that. There. Let's add some more background material where we can before we get too carried away. Okay, again, wipe the knife, keep calling you a knife, but you're a fan brush. Wipe that off. Clean that off. Right, and just going to blend these two together. Really delicately, the shadow and the highlight. Really delicate. Smooth it out. Nice and soft. Pick up a lot of paint on your brush, just wipe it off. I haven't got much time, you see, to try and get these filmed for YouTube, but if you did have time, if you do have a lot of time, you could take your time at this. Really make it snazz and pop. There, like that. There. Okay, I'm going to grab this fan brush again, and I'm going to just take some blue paint, and I'm going to just pull down like so. Now this will be the shadow in the wave. This is just phthalo blue. there, just like that. What a variant of colours we've got going. It really is beautiful, isn't it? And then we'll just work on this, just there, like so. Into the beach, into the beach. Wash that brush. I seem to have run out of places to dry my brush on. And then work down like that. Just blend it all together. Smooth it all out. There. There. Right, I think we need a little stone or something. So let's take a brush. Take some black. We'll take black, and we'll take a bit of brown as well. And I'm just going to put a little stone in here. Wiggle that, jiggle that. There, like so. Goes off the canvas. There, and then just pull that, a bit of that colour down for reflection. Okay, wipe most of that paint off. And then take some red and white. Red and white. Make a beautiful pink. Also a very good contrast as well. And then we're just going to lightly, just as you would do with a knife. You could do this with a knife. I'm just going to highlight some of these rocks. There, like that. Of course, with these little tiny fan brushes, all this detail just pops out and comes out at you. Change the shape, change the flavour. Like that. Yeah. Very nice, right. Wipe that. Get that sat down. Right, with a palette knife now. Let's get some white paint. Let's get some pure white. So pull that out. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of, what's it called? Liquid white to that. Okay, I'm going to come in here and just cut. There, just cut and then work his way up and down. Create all kinds of foamy shapes in this surf. Bend the knife, really get tough with that. Bend that knife. Okay, a bit on top there. Just highlight that. Okay, wherever we want a little bit of glimmer in the sea, that's where we'll put it. Just there and there and there and there. Right under the sun. Like so. Okay, take a dry, clean, dry. I've gotten one. Yes, I have. And I'm just going to work this back. Just tease this back. Think of that shape. Think of that shape of that wave. Just tease this back. There. Like that. Okay, let's add another one. Okay, so palette knife. And then I'm just going to push and really bend that knife. Really bend. There, like so. Wipe off the knife. Grab that fan brush. In fact, we'll work on this. Just reflection there a bit. Okay, and then just grab this and pull back. Pull back. See, it's almost laying flat now in the sand. There we go. There, maybe that comes down there like that. However we want it. However we want it. It's crashing on the beach. it's crashing there on the beach. Right, I'm going to take some, just go into that dark colour. I'm just going to really just touch just the base a little bit underneath that wave. Just give it a bit more of a shadow. There, that looks a bit more defined now. There we go. Right. Let's work. What do we need to do? Just need to blend all this. Blend all this. A couple more lines up there. Like that. Maybe one or two out here. Easy peasy with a big old palette knife. Just add some surf on that. There's that. Some foamy bits and pieces. You can also take some of that shadowy colour as well and re-shadow that if we so wish. There we go. Out, down. Okay, script liner brush time. Grab this. Get some paint thinner. Get some paint thinner. Go into some of that magenta. And then we can come in here. A bit more paint thinner on that. And we could add all kinds of little breaks in the wave. Just like this. Like that. When you've got lots of time, you can add a lot of these in. Just put a little bit of shadow underneath that there. You've got to make sure your paint is thin. Maybe one or two under there as well. Okay. A bit more white. There. Crashing against that. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to take some really dark brown colour and just put some shadow underneath this. Don't have to do it all, but just here and there. There we go. A couple of stones as well. You could put a couple of stones out here. Some seaweed. Even some seagulls if you wish. That would look nice, wouldn't it? There, like that. Back wherever we want them. There we go. So now we've got a nice little seascape. Lots of lovely colours. I'm going to take some red paint. Nice little beach area as well. I'm just going to sign this down there. So if you did like this video, my fantastic friends, give it a bit of a thumbs up. Comment. Leave me a comment. Leave me send me a picture if you want me to paint anything. You know, socials, links to the socials are down in the description. And until next time, you take care of yourself. Stay safe, and as always, have a happy day.